Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Vault of Cult with your host Chris.
And Mark, you alright?
I'm alright, hope the listeners are alright.
They will be, because once again, we're here for them.
We're here guys, we're back, been on a little tiny break, but we're back. You know, again, life.
Bit of the old hiatus.
Hiatuses.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, but that's fine. Thanks for joining us guys again. So yeah, Vault of Cult, you know, we are active on the social medias.
Yeah,
and Instagram.
Always, you can always find us, talk to us, tell us things.
Yeah, the Gmail, we're on the
just
Gmail.
Let us know where you are.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. I was thinking, just talk about the weather.
Yeah.
Where have you been on holiday?
Yeah.
Holiday season's coming up.
And more importantly, you watched any films? Done anything?
What have you watched?
What have you watched?
And what do you think of these things that you've watched? Get in touch, guys.
That's most important. What do you think of these things?
At the Vault of Cult on Instagram and the Vault of Cult at Gmail. Is it .com?
.com. Yeah.
Gmail.com. The Vault of Cult at gmail.com. So, Mark, this week's episode, we will be discussing.
Look Who's Talking.
The 1989 film.
The 1989
where
film.
it's Bruce Willis as the voice of a baby.
Yeah, it's Talking Baby. Is what it is.
Yeah, I'm on board. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's see what it's all about then.
Yeah, so guys, let's get the show on the road. So Mark, Look Who's Talking from 1989.
Yes, Look Who's Talking. It was made by TriStar Pictures.
Yeah.
In
the Horse with Wings logo.
The Horse with Wings. I was like, I put at the top of my notes, TriStar, because I was like, God, I ain't seen that in ages. The Pegasus jumping over the...
That's it.
It's Pegasus. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is Pegasus, that's his name. It's Pegasus.
Then what does TriStar mean in terms of
It's 3 stars, isn't it? Okay. 3. Try.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying for a joke there. I'm really sorry. Shall I go?
Yeah, I'm done. Let's go. I'm walking away.
Anyway, it was made by TriStar Pictures, and it came out in the US on October the 13th, 1989, but in the UK it didn't come out until the 6th of April, 1990.
Okay.
Which is weird. I don't know why that long.
It's like films always come out like in America about 8 to 12 months before
they used to. I mean, nowadays
it's worldwide.
Now, and also sometimes like they don't always get things first. I've noticed a few times nowadays it's like we get it first, and I'm like, ha ha ha. Not big ha ha ha, just ha. Yeah. We've got it for a change. We can be like, have you seen it, America? No. We have come out yet, has it? Anyway, so it came out several months later in the US. So shall we talk about its financials?
Let's.
Yeah, so it had a budget of $7.5 million.
Oh, okay.
Quite modest, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it effects wise and stuff like that, there's not really a lot to it, so it didn't really need a big budget anyway. But yes, its box office worldwide was 297 million.
No wonder they made a few more.
Well, yeah, and it made 140 million. Yeah, just over 140 million domestic. Then the remainder being... And I put the remainder because for some reason I haven't written down what it made internationally, but you can work it out yourself. You've all got calculators, haven't you? You can sort it out. Quick maths, arithmetic. Writing, could you do it?
So again, that is very, very profitable film.
Very profitable film. It's a hit, really. I imagine TriStar were looking at that like, winner.
This keeps us funded for the next 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Talking Babies made us literally millions. So that's what it made. So Chris, why don't you tell us about who made it, Mike?
Okay, right. So it was directed by Amy Heckerling, and she's probably...
People shout at her quite a lot. She get heckled. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with the bad jokes.
So the film was directed by Amy Heckerling, more well known for another well-known film, Clueless, starring Alicia Silverstone in like the kind of valley. Yeah, being a valley girl. Very tonally, I'm sure we'll come out. It's similar kind of film. Written by her as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, I direct the films I write.
Yeah, an author of lowbrow films.
Yeah, it does have it stylistically and.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would go and look at Look Who's Talking and been like, well, that's changed my mind about lots of things. Do you know what I mean? It's a real insight into the human psyche. But yeah, who's in it?
Well, obviously, John Travolta's in it. He plays James. He's his taxi driver in it. You know, John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, Grease.
Grease is the word.
Grease.
Is it though?
In that film, yeah, definitely is. They say at the beginning, Grease is word.
Fair play.
Is the word.
Kirstie Alley as Molly. She's the main character in the film, really.
Yeah. More of a TV star. I think this was the thing that sort of like got her into films, and you never see her in anything nowadays. Never see her in anything. Yeah, dropped off the side of the world. Did Kirstie Alley? She's never in anything.
And then John Travolta's granddad is played by George Segal.
No, he plays Albert, as in the guy who's shagging Kirstie Alley.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's like the thing is, I know his face. It's one of those, I've seen him in other films, right? But when I was looking at his filmography, I was like, I've never heard of any of these films, but I know his face from other things that are not Look Who's Talking.
I wouldn't be able to immediately go, oh, he's in...
That's what I mean.
Weird.
I weren't able to go, oh, he's in that, but I know his face, so I know he's been... and his filmography goes back to, like, the 60s.
Yeah.
So... he's in lots of things, and I've seen these things. Are any of them memorable? Evidently not, because I did not have a Scooby-Doo about any of them.
Olympia Dukakis as Rosa. Twink
that's
Kaplan.
That's Kirstie Alley's mother.
It is, yeah, Molly's mum.
I quite like that. I'll come on to it, but I quite like that character.
Yeah, I did actually. Twink Kaplan as Rona.
Yeah, I've never seen her in anything else.
No, I've not. Joy Bushell as Melissa.
I think that's her mate. You know, when they're like trying on the dress at the gingerbird.
Yeah.
Again, never seen her in anything else.
And his granddad actually was played by Abe Vigoda. Again, I think he's been.
He's a bit of a classic age actor. You know, back when films were in black and white, he were in like a lot of them, and so. And obviously, he plays the doddery old man. Mikey, where are my teeth?
Yeah, and he's eating the potato. Yeah, and obviously Bruce Willis as the voice of Micah, who Kirstie Alley's character gives birth to, and obviously that's Look Who's Talking. Just off the back of Die Hard, really, isn't it? Yeah.
So a bit of a swerve to the left field after Die Hard.
Yeah, again, easy money, innit?
Easy money, innit?
You can record all them lines in a day.
They probably did.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give you £1 million. Do you want to come and just sit on your ass and like read this?
100%.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah, let's.
So, yeah.
That's the cast, and that's
who's in it. And like, let's face it, your top two that we're talking about in it is John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. They're the heart of the film.
Yeah, they are. So
I'll give you a few quick facts.
Let's.
So yeah, it made 12 million on its opening weekend.
Oh, so it's budget and change.
Budget and a wadge.
Yeah,
budget and a wadge. I should have given that really with the box office, shouldn't I? I mean, could have, would have.
No, because that's interesting. That it's like bang straight away. It's profitable.
There is a very, very clear divide with this film. Critics at the time were mixed to bad.
I can see why.
Critics at the time were mixed to bad.
I can see why.
Audiences loved it. And it's that classic divide of intellectual, like, film reviewers sat there going, what a passé, stupid joke. And then actual people who actually exist in the world, like, you know, got an hour and a half to go and watch a film, went and watched a film, and talking baby, you know what I mean? Because those people have actual lives and are looking to be entertained, while these people are just sat on their ass all day watching films and we're like, oh, it's hardly Scorsese, is it? Well, and you're like, well, is it trying to be?
No.
Is it trying to be? Well, we'll come on to what kind of film it is. Yeah. But that's what I always think when it's like, whenever it's...
critics versus audience.
Critics, they're always harsh on these kinds of things. Always harsh, I think. Yeah. Sometimes deservedly so, but occasionally it's just like, you've crawled up your own backside a little bit here, haven't you?
Pretentious for no reason.
You're wanting a film that's not even trying to be that kind of thing, to be something else. Do you know what I mean?
Just go, is it the type of film I'm into? Not really. It's entertaining to a certain...
Except usually Bête Noire, who we normally go, stop fucking moaning, Mr. Ebert... who I always come back to in a 90s film because he was so omnipresent in film criticism at the time. He really liked it. Well, he didn't really like it. He gave it like 3 or 4 stars on his thing. And he was like, I just had a nice time just watching the thing. And so he's a bit of a standout. But yeah, the average score amongst critics were like 5 out of 10. And you're like... Right, okay, but the average rating
like you say, obviously it makes money, it was popular.
Audiences gave it were like...
So TriStar turned around and went, who gives a shit?
Shut up.
Who gives a shit? Do you want to see my bank balance?
Yeah. Like I say, it released in the United Kingdom a little bit later, in 1990. And it was, for the week that it was released in the United Kingdom, top of the box office.
Oh, number one.
It was number one for that week, for its opening weekend. It was top of the shop.
Yeah, but to be number one in England at that time, it didn't really have to make that much money, did it?
Well, yeah, I know, but in the UK, Scotland, Wales, and fucking Northern Ireland occasionally went.
At least they could put on the poster
as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's their foot poster, isn't it?
100%,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For video sales.
Yeah, that's it, video, blockbuster.
Top in Britain.
Number one film.
The Brits loved it.
Facts, just a fact, facts.
And another thing where we always bring up on the show, the weird skew-iffy, we've decided to censor it a little bit from the bbfc.
Oh, interesting, go on.
During the birth scene.
Yes.
You know, fuck my breathing.
Yeah.
Bit.
And when she's like Exorcist,
cut in the UK cinema.
Really?
Not in it.
Oh.
But when it was but this is the thing, it is fucking consistency.
James Furman, that the cunt.
Right. This is the thing, consistency from the bbfc is absolutely non-existent, because is it in every other in the United Kingdom's release of that film, even when it was... Because all films occasionally go back to the cinema sometimes, or you know what I mean?
Anniversaries.
And stuff like that, and on the DVD and on everything. And when it's on the telly, it's not cut, it's in the film. So what baffles me about the BVFC, why bother censoring it in the first place for just its run?
And interestingly, it's a 12 in this country. I think it's a 12.
It is a 12 in this country. And it's just like, can we have a level of consistency? If we're not allowed to see her swearing in a 12 film at the cinema, why can you buy it and it's fine? Why can you just go to...
Mate.
Why in the early 90s could you go to a video shop and buy it and have her do fuck my breathing in the devil voice, which perfectly fine, but in the cinema everyone would be like, oh, no. But, yeah, anyway...
One.
Yeah, so that's my fun fact.
Again, mate, the BBFC, that's a whole different conversation.
Any other fun fact? This is a fun fact, I suppose, in itself. It seems to have been a deeply, deeply boring production of nothing particularly happening, nothing particularly going wrong. Everyone just turned up. Apparently, Kirstie Alley wanted to shag John Travolta. Like, she really fancied him at the time, which I don't see myself.
No, I don't.
I don't see it. I guess he is, or he was, an attractive man at the time, I guess. But he's not my cup of tea. There's cups of tea, and that one ain't mine.
No.
But, all right, Kirsty, you do you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but so aside from that, there aren't really a great deal of fun facts to be had about
like you
it.
say, it's just a film that probably was a big hit out of nowhere.
Yeah. And TriStar were just obviously looking for just a easy,
and I think
accessible
films like this
hit.
don't get made anymore.
They don't get made anymore. I think that's very true. They don't. Oh, what another just quick point. Runtime 96 minutes.
An hour and a half. Come on.
An hour and a half. Just 1 second, just to take in the glory of an hour and a half film.
Enough.
Of it, it's enough. And especially for this kind of
film.
film.
God, you go,
100%.
no.
Can you imagine if they'd have pushed this to 2 hours? What are you doing? But, so I'm not saying all films should be an hour and a half, but a lot more films should be an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And,
take note.
Take
note. Aspiring filmmakers.
I know we say it every single time, but in our own little podcast world, I'm going to carry on hammering this dead horse until someone finally goes, do you know Chris and Mark were right? Someone writes in and goes, yes, hour and a half.
Someone actually contacts us and goes, 100%.
100%. Because we're right.
No subject, just that's right. In the body of it. 100%. I'll do.
We are exactly right.
We are right.
So, so there's your facts and figures. There's everything done. So, so you've watched it. I've watched it. What do you think?
Right, so we'll just kick off top of the shop. Right, the intro bit where you see the sperm.
Actually, shall we give them a brief what the plot is? You all know what the plot is. Oh,
come on, right. So literally, it's about this single woman. She's having an affair with her client. She's an accountant, and he's obviously a schmoozer, and he's banging birds left, right, and centre. This lad clearly,
he's
married, and he's got a family, and he keeps promising her like, "Oh, we're going to run away together, and we're going to build a life." And anyway, at the top of the shot, beginning of the film, she gets pregnant. And then she has this child, and he wants to know, but he's shagging other women, and she catches him. And then, while all this is going on, her story, John Travolta comes into the picture while she's going into labour. She dives in, attacks her. John Travolta befriends her, and then he's in the film from then on. And then it's about she has this child, and
it's just literally she's trying to find a father.
Yeah, that's
baby.
it. Yeah,
and it's one of those. It's what's right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's simple.
It is very simple.
And obviously the look who's talking is the fact that throughout the film, Bruce Willis narrates almost
everything.
The kid.
Yeah, nearly everything. There are only a very few scenes where the baby's not actually in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is nearly all from Mikey, the baby's perspective.
Yeah.
Which is fun, actually. It's an interesting take because there is no parent in the world who haven't looked at their very, very infant child and thought, what on earth are you thinking at this exact moment?
Yeah.
When you're seeing my big, huge fucking adult male and female face, and you think going, go at you, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but I fucking howled laughing when the grandmother is going to it. We're going to have a bubba to it, and little kid just goes, "Oh yeah, she's gone.
Yeah,
she's gone. She's off her head. She's lost it." And I don't know why, but I absolutely howled laughing.
There is
just this little kid like, "You mad, you?"
Yeah, but with Bruce Willis's voice.
Oh yeah, she's gone.
But yeah, I think, like I say, going back to the beginning. That intro bit where you see you see the sperm.
I've put iconic for that. It is relatively iconic.
Do you know what my thoughts on it are? I think that is the best visual depiction we're ever going to see it on scene to go. This is how a baby is made.
Yeah,
and it's really cool, and it's not CGI, and I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they did it.
But it's really cool.
It will have been very early CGI because there won't have been. I don't know how they would have.
Mate, no, it's not CGI. That's like in camera shit. That.
Yeah, don't know.
But really clever.
Camera wizard. No, but the sperms. No, I don't know how would they have done that. Like, would it have been stop motion? It must have been some kind of computer graphics.
No, it looks in camera to me, and that's what makes it even more impressive. Yeah, I think what happens is maybe they make it's it looks small, but
Will
they
have
actually
been
made
stop
a
motion, do you reckon?
I know it's like, I think it's puppets, I think it's puppeteering, I think it's things on strings, but on us to the screen you think tiny little sperm, but not in reality. They filmed it like the sperm were like inches long.
Oh yeah, I get yeah.
But it's definitely practical,
super interesting,
really cool,
and the music fits really well with it as well. Just really good. I've gone iconic. I think people would look at that and instantly, if they've ever seen the film, been like, "Look who's talking."
Do you reckon?
Oh yeah.
I think it was really clever.
It's really clever.
And the sperm are like talking
to each other. Come on, we're going.
Yeah.
And when he breaks in, he's like, oh, yeah. Like I genuinely lolled. I even put the sperm.
Yeah,
lol.
Yeah. It's like he's like getting inside it. Yeah, the joy of it.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing like Mikey grow inside of a really strange looking puppet.
Yeah. And he's already got this, and he's like,
oh, my hands, what's this? Yeah.
And where he's like, oh, got another little arm growing down. There is his dick!
He went, how am I going to put that in my mouth?
And how am I going to put that in my mouth? And you're like, that's the thing, dirty jokes.
Yeah, I think
naughty jokes.
Yeah, there is.
For naughty jokes for something where definitely parents will be watching this with the kids.
Yeah.
So that's a joke. That's a joke for the grown-ups. Yeah, no. Joke for the grown. How am I going to put that in my mouth?
Yeah, I went.
Yeah, you're like, ha.
Yeah, that made me laugh. But no, I think the intro, it's really good, and it was like, all right, I'm into this now, and we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah,
because that's captured me attention enough.
Yeah.
What have you got like?
Well,
what's your first kind of thoughts on it?
My first thoughts on it were, it's a very light-hearted film. It does talk about themes of, its obvious themes are about motherhood and child, right? But everything, especially like single mothers, it's got it's got stuff to say about that.
And I think it just kind of a little message in it.
And this were a big hit actually with women. Women really liked it. Not unsurprisingly. I'm not saying that's some kind of wild.
No.
Like, but also like it could have very easily been. Yeah, don't cancel us. I'm not saying that all women are obsessed with having babies or whatever, but I mean, it was a big hit with women at the time, it's not a universal, but a very, very common thing that a lot, not all, but a lot of women have to go through, and
It's like you say there. It's a journey of a single mother seen through the eyes of her child.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's probably the best way of putting it. So it's not a heavy theme. It's something very just short of universal. Not everyone has a kid, but I think most people at some point.
Oh, you know someone.
You know someone.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? It's something hinting at a universal. So it's not a heavy theme, and neither is it deep, but it's wide theme.
That's why it made so much money. It was so popular.
Yeah. Other things that I definitely noticed about it. I don't think it hurts it. I don't think it's a bad thing, but the tone's a little bit all over the place.
Mate, I wrote interesting tone. Interesting
tone.
A little bit up and down and here and there, and
yeah, it's a very unfocused film in many ways.
Because at no point is it dramatic, but there's a handful of scenes in the film where it's trying to have a serious conversation between two characters, and then the next scene you get like a fantasy sequence.
It's like they're almost hinting of like cutaway gags in a very sort of Saturday Night Live.
Again, I think it's a film of its time because of stuff like that.
Because of stuff like Saturday Night Live,
where it was kind of just before maybe alternative Slightly.
It's realistic in the sense of the world that it's set in.
Oh yeah,
but it has a fantastical element in the sense of.
What would you say if I said to you, I almost got comic booky vibes?
Yeah, a little bit, definitely.
I could see. I thought,
especially it's almost like. Heavy on the montages, by the way. This film, like
it's the pacey. It's a pacey film.
But it's almost like everything's almost like a little snapshot of.
It's like it goes through. It's like it's a year, isn't it? It's kind of set over a year, really. Because you see the baby grow up and he starts to walk and stuff, and Bruce Willis is obviously
and he narrates it throughout. But yeah. But I can see what you mean by the comic book thing. Like, it's almost like sort of snapshot, snapshots, like sort of issue by issue. Here he is at this age. Here he is at this age. I can see that now, like you say it.
But again, pace. Again, because you can see it's like ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam.
And I think,
because of the tone as well and visually.
With this film, we've seen the tone is weird, but I think it fits the film.
Again, it's a film of its time, and it's when I think we're sounding a lot harsher.
I don't really think we are. I
don't mean this in harsh. None of this is like in a super harsh critical way.
I think you think that because a lot of time we've said as a negative, this film is a bit tonally scattershot.
Yeah.
And we've said it as a negative, but this film, I think it fits. It's sort of scattershot because, bearing in mind, it's all from the perspective of a child, and nearly everything is baffling to a baby. Everything is sort of.
Maybe then that's the clever part on Amy Heckerling, the director.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe she did know what she was doing.
Everything is gonna be shocking and unknown and a little bit weird to a baby.
It's an interesting point.
So and it's there, and a lot of it's about the mother imagining what she wants for her future.
Because it makes it clear she verbally actually, she
literally tells the plot to the audience when she's sat looking at the kid has just been birthed, right, and she's looking at it in the antenatal ward, and she goes, I really messed things up for you because she's a single mother, like...
Message.
Yeah, but also... hello, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't be said now.
No.
Right? She was like, really messed things up for you, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find you the best daddy there is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's literally just explained the plot of the film to the audience. What's she going to do? She's going to find him a dad. And
she does, eventually, in John Travolta, who... I think he's the best thing about the film.
I think he's probably the best thing about the film.
And do you know what I like about it?
He's genuinely likeable in it.
He really is. And do you know what? He plays the part really well. He plays it almost like loose and easy. And he seems like a nice, genuine guy. And the best thing about the film to me.
Yeah, I thought...
And I'm really surprised about that. I don't know why, because I'm not the biggest Travolta fan.
John Travolta's a very hit and miss kind of actor, though, isn't he? He's a bit... Right, here's the thing about our main two leads of John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. I feel like they're just playing themselves, realistically.
I'm
not saying that as a negative, because I think John Travolta and Kirstie Alley in this have very good chemistry with each other. Yeah. There were a couple of bits which properly make me laugh. You know, she's gone into labour. She gets it, literally when they first meet, she gets the taxi.
Yeah. Dives in his taxi.
Dives in it, and her water's broken. He's like, oh shit. And he drives
Breathe.
Like a fucking madman.
Breathe.
Right? When they get out the taxi, I genuinely laughed when they get out the taxi, and she goes for him. Stupid bastard! The kid will probably have brain damage because of you. And she's... I think they get along very... They bounce off of each other really well. Now, I've just got to say something about Kirstie Alley. In anything else that I've ever seen her, I don't like her. I don't rate her as an actress.
I agree.
But I like her in this. I think she's... I wouldn't even just say fine. She's good at it, but I think because she's playing herself, that's just her personality on screen.
Well, she played kind of that in Cheers.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Kirstie Alley is a TV actress.
Yeah. Well, you said that.
She's a TV actress, and she's.
But Cheers was popular,
and you can tell she's a TV actress.
Yeah. Well, again, range.
Range.
If I had a criticism about she hasn't got any range.
The woman has no range. But here's the thing: she didn't need the range.
It's not a film for range.
She didn't need the range. She's exactly the right casting for that character. Fine.
Yeah,
Great.
Again, I've had a little criticism of that, but it's not because I'm like, I've got to understand it in the context. She's not.
Yeah, she is good in this film. Is
You're
she good
okay
in
at
anything?
that. You can do that.
Is she good in anything else?
No. Even Cheers.
Sorry, Kirstie,
she's like
love, but
down the line in Cheers.
This, you're quite good in this. You're not very good in anything else.
Yeah, totally agree.
Sorry, you found your part. You peaked in 1989. With this is the only thing I've ever seen Kirstie Alley in where I'm like, oh, you're good. Like,
good.
You know what I mean? And she'd be like, yeah, I'd say
Passable.
no, I wouldn't even say passable. She's good in this. She fits the tone of this.
Yeah, okay.
Her jokes work in this.
Yeah, okay.
But in nothing else. And like I say, if it's the chemistry between our two main leads, John Travolta and Kirstie Alley, I think they've got good chemistry.
Do you know what? This. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think
and
the scenes.
You can tell that these two, by the way, know each other already, because they're in the crazy wacko church. Sorry if there's any Scientologists who listen,
but fuck yeah.
But it's a cult. Sorry, like don't lynch us, please. But
or cancel.
You know what I mean? So they know each other so already from that part of their lives. So it's not surprising they get along. I mean, if you're friends in real life and then you're working together, you're obviously
and then you're in a cult together.
Yeah, and when you do whatever your sacrifices or whatever it is you do, then fine. I only bring that up just to say they already have an established relationship.
And you can see it on screen.
It works quite well.
Do you know what character annoyed me?
Oh.
Mikey's dad.
Oh, Albert. What a cunt. What an enormous cunt.
Again, though, I'm looking at it right.
Albert is a cunt. When he says to her, right, he's been in... We're getting off with another woman.
Yeah.
While, because he's promised her the earth. I'm going to leave me missus.
Well, that's the scene. Before that, she's going like, "Wow, this is it now. We're going to get together." And then the next thing,
and then he sees her copping off in like a dressing room of a department store or whatever. And when he says, "Molly, I'm going through a selfish phase right now," and at that point, wrote down the words, "Albert is a cunt."
Yeah.
Selfish phase. Who says that?
Him.
Who says that? I mean, it's a bit unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
Who would write that? Who would say that? But again, tonally, not a realistic film, really. Yeah. So,
just his character as well. Again, you have to be not. It's a film where
and also I don't know why she fancies him. I don't know. I do not know why she fancies him because like. In this, but like, whatever you think of how Kirstie Alley looks, he's punching Albert.
Yeah,
Yeah, Minga.
But do you know what? I think it hints at that relationship has become something because of the time they spent together. Because it hints at like, oh, you've been doing me accounts for a while now, and I really like how you do me accounts. And you can see how a younger lady.
There are jokes, by the way. I've got to, and this is another tonal thing. There are jokes that won't get past the censors.
How many times did it mention lesbian as a negative?
Yeah, several times. But that's not the one I wrote down. Her and her mate, the ginger one. I forget the name of the character. Melissa.
Yeah.
No, not Melissa. Rona. Oh, whichever. Her ginger mate, right? They're talking about his wife and it was like she's in therapy because she's bulimic.
Oh,
and they take the
that's how it's introduced.
And they take the piss out of it, and you're like, absolutely would not get past the senses nowadays. And you're like, hello, late 80s. Where just and I'm like, that's awful. I mean, I chuckled a little bit because she's like, because other one's laughing and she's like, it's a real disease or whatever.
They're like, real.
You know what I mean? They're taking the piss out of the fact that she makes herself sick, and you're like, absolutely, that stood out to me. But another one where the little kid Bruce Willis says when she puts him in his that dungarees. By the way, that is awful. That thing that they put child abuse. That, like, why would you put your kid in that thing? But anyway, and he slaps his mum like that, and he's like, oh, I look like a retard. And you're like, absolutely not, would not get past the senses now. Justifiably so.
Again.
But again,
it's I
have to be a historian about it, and occasionally it was 1989. It was 1989. I'm not saying it was right then, I'm saying people didn't know it was wrong then.
Yeah.
It wasn't right then, but people didn't realise that they were being wrong. So there you go. Like, when you're watching this film now in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2022.
You dated the show now, dickhead.
Yeah. Well, I have dated. Oh, I'm sorry, with our timeless grace. Right.
No, again, it
will not shock.
But it's not the first. It's not the first film with obviously.
No, it's not.
In hindsight,
it's not the film, but this is the first properly family-friendly film, because this is a family-friendly film, where I'm like, okay,
it's a bit,
all right, you've gone for a slightly mean-spirited joke.
Oh yeah, I agree. There is
punch down there.
Yeah, there is a handful of instances in the film where it's a bit. I was like,
you punch down at people who've got bulimia and people who are a bit special needs, and you know what I mean. And it doesn't ruin the film at all. No. It's not there. It's not there.
No, and again, like I was saying, it's not the first film we've spoke about incidents like that.
What I do want to say about the film, when it's not being a bit off colour, good gags actually. Some occasionally really good gags.
But I do think even Mikey, the Bruce Willis, some of his lines are very hit and miss.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use the word consistent with him.
No,
but when it's funny, it's funny.
No, I tell you who is a standout comedic character in it, and that's Kirstie Alley's mum.
Yeah, she's funny. Yeah,
she is funny, played by Olivia Dukakis, who's a very well-regarded actress in America. We won't have seen much of her in the UK. But again, she strikes me as the sort of person who was on TV films a lot in the States. Yeah. And from looking at her filmography...
TV movies, it's not really a British thing, that.
Well, no, and if they are, we kind of have a zone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's pretty much...
It's more like an extended episode than a TV movie. It's a movie made...
It's a BBC thing, it's an ITV thing, and if you went to America, or did you see... that which were on ITV, they'd look at you gone out, and it's exactly the same. They're like, oh, did you see the fucking Hallmark TV? But no, because those channels don't exist in 1990 in Britain. But anyway, she has some good lines. My favourite one was because at first Molly, Kirstie Alley's character, says, "I was artificially inseminated."
Yeah, that's
and
what
she goes, "You did what?" And it was like, I just went down to the sperm bank, got the sperm, and then I unfroze it and then popped it in. And she just goes, so you're having a baby with a frozen pop? And it's a good line. I've not done it justice with her.
No, it is funny.
She says it in this New Yorkie accent and stuff like that. And And she's a hectoring mother. She picks on Kirstie Alley all the time. Lovingly, but she's
telling her
on
straight.
She's on at her. Something's wrong with you. You never used to like my cooking. I still don't.
Yeah.
I still something's wrong.
But she's just wolfing it down.
Something's wrong with you. She knows.
Pregnant.
Oh, and another thing that I like the person playing Kirstie Alley's father. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't say a word.
Say anything.
You can tell that his wife does all the talking.
He's in 3 brief scenes.
Yeah. And they just call him Daddy, and they talk to him, and he don't even nod, don't even acknowledge him. He's reading paper.
Yeah,
reading paper the entire time. Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. It's bing.
Yeah.
Good character.
Yeah, and again, you know, I think what was nice about the film, you know, I don't really want to say, like, we use the word cute, but all, like...
It is cute.
John Travolta and her have a good chemistry, and John Travolta and the 3 of them have a a chemistry. You can't have chemistry with the baby, but when it's just him and the baby...
That baby, that they got to do it, especially that plays the really young Mikey,
before he walked and stuff,
just out. That kid, by the way, is the most expressive, angelic-looking kid in the world. Like, when he's laughing at John Travolta, like, even me with my cold, dark, damp heart was like, oh.
But the scenes with him and the baby are dead sweet.
Baby 5.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it is dead sweet.
It is sweet.
Yeah. Oh, another off-colour joke, by the way, that wouldn't get past the thing. Little Indian kid.
I did get it. Right, don't listen.
Right,
don't
I'm going to
cancel
do
us.
that. Don't cancel us. It's in the film. Shout at TriStar.
Yeah, not us. We're merely representative of this.
I'm going to do the accent now. This little Indian kid who was in the antenatal.
So it's like a little montage of like showing different babies, and
like one of them's like, "Oh, so my sucking thing," and then one of them like, "Where are my thumbs? Where the hell are my thumbs?" Because she's wearing these like little hand mittens things. I want to suck my thumbs.
And then it switches to an Indian baby,
and he goes, "Oh, I did not think I would be reincarnated so quickly." And you're like, "What is that?
Yeah.
Surely that's got to have been a bit racist, Stephen, in 1989.
Yeah. It's almost as bad as having a Chinese going, "Oh, Wang Quang Chuang."
Yeah.
Don't cancel me.
Yeah, we're so sorry. Like, look at us. Like, we've got a podcast and we've gone gun shy about being cancelled. Like, you know, but.
This happens. It's
okay.
facts.
It's not there.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah,
it's not there. Yeah. Now it's done in quite light-hearted and not in a mean-spirited way.
No,
it's they've not meant to offend.
No,
they're not meant to offend, and it is in the secret kind of arsehole part of my heart. I did chuckle a little bit though, but there it is. It wouldn't be in the film nowadays if that would. It wouldn't
happen.
But wouldn't happen. But
again, you know, films like this are dated to a time.
It's another thing where it's like the tone's a bit all over the place.
Very much so throughout.
Yeah.
And again, maybe that's the stylistic choice again. And you know, I'm really. I like the fact that you've seen where I was coming from with the comic booky almost.
Yeah. Oh, just another thing. The soundtrack's quite neat.
Yeah,
that's the word that I've used to describe it.
Yeah,
neat.
It's like neat, like 4 or 5 songs, really popular songs.
Neat little popular songs, like of its time.
Yeah,
you know,
soundtrack's decent.
Yeah, soundtrack is decent. Just quickly throwing it out there for that. Oh, another thing that I quite liked. I really liked when John Travolta sabotaged her day.
Oh, like
yeah.
So
she really hates it when you pay for anything and don't open doors for her.
Because she's got this guy is she wants to go on she gets offered by her mum.
A man sets her up.
Says, "Oh, there's this really nice guy," and he turns up and he's like, he's bald and he's wearing a syrup and
I mean He actually
he's an accountant.
But he actually seemed like a nice guy, and he does get 100% sabotaged by 100%. John Travolta.
When they drop the bill, and he just like pushes it towards
him,
and she looks down, and he's like, "Don't even stop talking." He just goes, "Yeah." So anyway, then this.
And when he walks out, when they got cinema, he walks off away from the thing, and she's like, you can see her face like. Oh, I'll do it, and she pays, but then at end at night, it's like, oh, can I come up? And come on, Molly, it's still early, and she's got, yeah, but I'm broke.
Yeah, then slams the door, and he's like, come on, what's going on here? Nah.
Like,
she's like, forgets a fuck.
Yeah,
that is funny.
But then here's the thing: immediately followed up with, and that's why it's tonally all over, but it's like. It is a tight little story because it immediately reinforces she's been on a date with this person that hasn't really gone to plan, and she sees James there cuddling with the baby, with Mikey, and she immediately thinks, oh, there's him. Do you know what I mean? And like, that really properly it's on the nose, but it's quite sweet. He's just there asleep with little.
I do think it's
little baby. It's a sweet little film.
You know, it is, and again, there's a lot of sequences where I was like, because to be honest with you, it's not my kind of thing, but I can.
It isn't your kind of thing. I know it is.
I think it's an interesting. Again, it's an interesting film because of the tone. And that sequence at the beginning with the egg, it is really cool.
As we keep saying, yes, the tone is all over the place. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't laugh a number of times where I didn't audibly actually laugh. Like I did genuinely laugh with the bit that the bbfc cut out with the fuck my breathing
I didn't even know that. That's interesting as well.
But just that scene where she's giving birth and she's like talking to this nurse who's got the world's most winning resting bitch face.
Oh yeah.
Just she's like, nurse, try to control your breathing. Fuck my breathing. And the voice goes like a bit Exorcist, and I'm like, oh, there you go with your references. But I did laugh at that point.
Yeah, like it's not humorous at times.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Yeah. And again, going back to the director, she's obviously taken that in a different direction with Clueless.
Yeah, when she's gone off and done it.
And again, it made enough money to spawn sequels.
A number.
The
of
legacy of the thing.
Yeah. They went on for a while, but they get like 3.
So there was Look Who's Talking 2. T-double-O.
T-double-O, as in also.
Yes.
Look Who's Also Talking.
And then there was another one, Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, Look Who's Talking Now.
Talking Now. So the sequel, obviously, it involves another talking child, which is the Kirstie Alley and John Travolta. Then at the end of the first film,
they get together.
It uses the same sequence though than they did at the beginning. That's I thought.
Yeah.
Right, you've spent all your budget, so you're going to use that. I'll forgive that. Fair enough. And then she gets pregnant with a girl,
with a little girl.
And then number 2, which I haven't. Mark,
I did end up watching it because it's like. Well, he was just right there. Go on then. All right, I'll watch it.
And his sister's voiced by...
His sister in the film is voiced by Roseanne Barr,
who was...
Again, American TV. Popular American TV. Like, she had one of the most popular...
Roseanne.
Yeah.
Huge in America, Roseanne.
Huge. Like, I think for...
She got cancelled.
She has been cancelled.
She said a few naughty things.
Lewd. Off her tits.
She don't give a fuck.
She's lunatic.
She's gone away.
Yeah, she's
100%
she is not on television anymore.
No.
But
or anything else.
Yeah, so the sequel, I did end up watching it. For one, what have we got this film for? We don't need this film. We've just had this film.
Because of the money it made.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's the only reason.
I know exactly.
We've seen it.
And, I was half praising Kirstie Alley in this one. Like, I quite liked her in this one.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
She's shit. in second one.
Oh, there you go.
And so,
Point proved.
So I can't even say. I think the stars just aligned for her for this one film.
One thing.
Yeah, I know, but she's doing the same thing and it doesn't work. She's doing the same thing in the second one.
This is where I was saying she hasn't got range and...
Yeah, and that's tonally all over the place as well. And...
Even more so.
Yeah.
And I like I say, I watched the first 20 minutes of it, but literally you was like, oh, I even watched number 2 and it's really bad.
It's really bad. It's
really bad. I don't even know what's the storyline. What's the plot?
The same storyline.
No, but what happens to Kirstie Alley and John Travolta's relationship
they
evolve?
split up and then they get back together.
Is that it?
Yeah, basically. And Mikey's storyline, the little baby, is that he's now being potty trained and he's scared of the toilet.
Because at the beginning, he's like the monsters in the bedroom, and you see like the little devil thing come out of the church.
And he's got a little. I'll get that. When I were a little boy, it scared me a little bit.
And it's like it goes around all these toys, and each one I start lighting red, and it's like the monsters are in the bedroom.
Honestly, I were a little kid when I watched that, and it scared me a little bit.
But that's what.
And the toilet bit terrifying as well.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, bit totally all over the place. No reason to have it. Everyone's shitting it. John Travolta just looks bored and is there to collect a wage. Kirstie Alley's shitting it. They
just got paid more for the sequel.
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
Just did it.
And then they did a third one, who's talking now,
with
dogs. Talking dogs.
Dogs.
Now I don't mind talking dog films.
I mean, there's plenty of them.
One of my favourite films when I were a little boy were Homeward Bound.
Banging went cinemas to see it.
I love Homeward Bound. I would get a great film. Love Homeward Bound.
And again, that spawned more than one.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I know, but I feel like that deserved it a little bit more. But anyway, yeah, just weird.
So the actual plot line of that one is it's
no, but right,
it's their dog.
It's
their girl dog.
It's the same plot.
It uses the same footage like it did in the human one in the first one, but different voices.
But
there's more of them this time because it's dogs.
The girl dog.
Yeah.
He's basically a stand-in for Kirstie Alley's character because she's a bit posh and she knows what she wants. And
he's the
scruffy dog.
The scrutty dog.
You know what I mean? So basically, you're giving me a love story between two dogs, which is the exact same love story that we had in the first film with people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's the actual unique selling point here, other than the dogs that talk?
Because it was called.
And they get attacked by wolves. At the end, they get attacked by wolves, and the bad dog, who they want to get rid of, he fights off some wolves because a little fucking house-trained dog could obviously fight off a pack of wolves.
Why not?
Like, sure.
I don't even know who voices the dogs in it.
No idea. Who cares?
100%. I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, but I have to say, in terms of legacy, I mean, it did its job. 2 sequels. The sequels probably made money. Don't know why.
And there's talk of a remake as well.
Again, what for?
I don't know.
Right, I often think this.
Matt looks a bit like I'm literally fed up now. I'm fed up of hearing about this. These sequels and this shit.
Yeah, fed up of them. Because this film, if you want to watch a film about a talking baby in the look who's talking... I can't believe I'm going to say this, universe, for lack of another fucking phrase, right? If you want to work, this film still holds up, just watch this one. What's that one for? What would you know? For who? Nobody asked for this, TriStar. Or Sony, it'd be Sony nowadays. Sony nowadays. Yeah. Who asked for this? Who's been clamouring for another Look Who's Talking? Absolutely fucking nobody. And do you know what? The only reason... Yes, I'm going on a rant, and I'm not bothered. Right? The only reason they're doing that, because they know our age bracket... right, are now literal adults, and they know that we'll have watched it when we were a kid, and we're all fucking thick, and we'll all go, I remember that when I was a kid, and I'm just going to go watch it, and we're all going to sit there and go, that was a shit film, wasn't it? Yeah, but we're paid now. Too late. Sony's there like, ha ha ha, I've got your money anyway.
That's what they do.
Like, fucking, do you know what I mean? Being paid, and then there'll be another 9 of them because we've all gone to cinema when we could have all just sat at home, ordered a pizza, and just watched this one.
Yeah.
If you wanted to watch a talking baby film with this group of people, just watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to get... I'm not sorry at all.
Sorry, not sorry?
I'm sorry I'm not sorry, but that's how I feel. Leave it alone now. And I think that of a lot of things. Leave it alone.
I know.
What are you doing another one for?
It's unnecessary.
It is an unnecessary thing. So, you go first.
No, you.
No, you.
No.
I went first last time.
Did you?
Possibly.
Okay, right, so... I'm going to give it... Right, okay, so...
No, don't start with the rating. Give us a bit of build-up beforehand, you know what I mean?
I mean... Did I enjoy it? Maybe a little bit more than I thought I would.
Okay.
I mean, when I say enjoy it, I mean... It was alright, It was okay, and again, you know, there was a handful of times when I did chuckle, and I thought, yeah, that's good. The beginning impressed me. It does impress me.
It does impress me.
It is. It's really cool little sequence.
There's a reason I put down iconic. Because I think it kind of is.
And I thought, and again, like John Travolta surprised me. I didn't expect to come out of it. Yeah, to go. Oh, really like how he's playing that. He's not a douche. He's like you're saying, probably not.
He's really nice. He reminds me. He's a person very much in that world. It's New York sort of like geezer, and he's just very much himself.
Yeah,
and I like that.
Yeah, so he's decent in it. A couple of decent jokes. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not going to really. I don't have much to expand on that. Just to go, it was all right. Yeah, no, it was okay. I literally was like a bit apprehensive going in because I've seen it, but I'd literally not seen it for like 20. Like God knows how old I was when I last watched it. But yeah, I thought, it's all right. It's okay.
Well, go on then. What would you give it?
I'm gonna I don't mean this to sound like harsh, but I'm gonna give it a 6 again. I don't hate it, but I don't rate it, and it was okay.
Yeah.
I won't go. It's decent. I wouldn't say that, but but that's just again, it's just an opinion, isn't it? Where it's like, yeah, it's all right. I've watched it now, and I'm not in any rush
to ever whatever. Yeah.
No, and I might dabble at the sequels.
Yeah, sure.
Just because.
Yeah.
But yeah,
well, that's exactly the reason I watched the second one, because I was just like, "Oh, go on then."
Yeah, we'll dabble.
Yeah.
So I'd give it a 6 again. Not to sound like harsh, but it's just like, yeah, it's all right for me. Yeah, and you know.
Yeah. Well, here's mine. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it, and I'd be lying that if I said that it didn't make me laugh, which is the purpose of this film.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
You know, it's not trying to do anything else other than make you go, ha, and then make you go, ah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it succeeded in both of those things. What I meant to do. Like I say, really like John Travolta in it. I liked most of Bruce Willis's voice work in it. Fine. You know, actually, bordering on good at times.
Okay.
Again, Kirstie Alley, I would say, in this film, one particular film, she's bordering on good.
And that's what you've got to judge her on right now.
She's bordering on good in it.
She's a foot on the ladder.
It's a cheerful film, even though it has a few pathetic moments where it's like, just not make you think, but approach thinking. Do you know what I mean?
It's hinting at it.
Yeah.
It walks past the sign on the wall that hints at it.
Yeah. So, I'd agree. I think I'd give it a 6. I think I'd give it a 6.
I think that's fair.
Which is an above average score. Yeah. Like if we say just 5 is just that's a film.
They made that. And released it.
That is a
My eyes have seen it.
That is a film that exists for people to watch.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that. It's an enjoyable film that I spent some time in. I don't regret my time there. Would I say it's a good film, as in to give it a 7? No, no. It's not that good, and also I don't really think it's trying to be.
No.
So I think they were aiming to make a 6, if in a weird way.
Yeah.
Which is about as good as an endorsement as you can want. They succeeded in exactly the thing that they wanted to make.
There we go.
So yeah, there you go. Look who's talking, and we've been talking about Look Who's Talking on the Vault of Cult.
So guys, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope to see you again. So it's goodbye from me
and me in a bit, Skip.